this season's Defensive Player of the Year. It's nice, it's clean, it's not convoluted. Peter, who you got?
I'm going to go with a player who's going to also be the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year. So, wow. It's a player who last year played in one game, tore his ACL, missed the entire rest of the season.
Oh, okay.
And then went on to lose some weight, get better, and I'm told this summer is tearing up training camp. The 2021 Defensive Player of the Year will be Nick BOSA of the San Francisco 49ers. Nick Bosa's my pick. This guy missed all of last season after week 1 and has just been absolutely monstrous this summer. He's down from 268 to 260. He's a little lighter on his feet, and he attacked his rehab like no other. I expect not only Defensive Player of the Year, I expect Comeback Player of the Year. I think this guy is going to be electric. The 49ers are going to be back, and they're going to have one of the best defensive lines in the NFL, as they did in 2019 when he showed up on the scene and was basically the best defensive lineman on a squad that went to the Super Bowl. There he is. He's back. He's not afraid to wave that flag and plant it in your building. I'm going Nick BOSA.
Can you get both? Can you get both awards?
I think you can.
Yeah. I wonder if it's
Has it ever happened?
I don't know, but that's awesome.
That's my pick, BOSA.
Wow. That's really cool.
You got
me
me.
Fun.
Man, look, it's hard to go after that. Nick BOSA, I mean, he might be technically one of the best pass rushers. I mean, just technically from a hand standpoint. But for me, I'm going to go to the Washington football team. He won the Defensive Rookie of the Year last year. Chase Young.
Okay.
Talk about it.
This dude is legit. Okay, I had an opportunity to talk to him on the Total Access podcast over the offseason. He's very aware of who he is and how teams try to defend, try to play against him. He understands that he put on tape a couple of times last year. Not a lot of effort. I mean, he worked on that in the offseason. This dude is a grown man. Like when he gets to you, he gets to you aggressively, and he's a franchise player. Right? You usually don't see defenders as a guy that can be the face of your franchise. Chase Young can definitely be the face of the Washington football team. I expect this guy to be better. 7.5 sacks last year, 12 quarterback hits. I think he's in double-digit sacks this year. I think it all depends on how good the Washington football team does as a team, whether or not he gets his award.
What a start. If he does that, second year in.
I'm telling you.
Oh my
You think Ohio State had a good defensive line a couple years
Peter.
ago?
Yeah.
You know that D-line coach?
Larry Johnson.
Penn State,
This segment is nightmares.
Yeah, it is, and it's about to get even scarier. Some of my picks are crazy. Some of them are going to be wrong. I think this one's going to be right. Don't need that. Just bring up the picture. Here's your Defensive Player of the Year for 2021. Bring up the damn picture.
Who is
This
it?
is my guy. Bring up the picture. No, yeah, that's my guy. Very simple. Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns. It's time. He's arrived. He's put in a few years. He's healthy. He's on a contender, and he's talking. So the Browns add Jadeveon Clowney and Malik Jackson on the defensive line. This is a real quote from Myles Garrett.
Oh, boy.
I got my Kyrie and my love. I got to prove I'm LeBron.
Wow.
And he says it in Cleveland.
In that
He says,
city.
I have to prove that I'm the playmaker at all levels. He needs to take over the game defensively. They added some pieces, that's great. I have to be LeBron. Guys, at KC week 1, he's going to sack Mahomes. Versus Houston week 2, he's going to sack whoever the hell they put out. And versus the Bears week 3, he's going to sack Justin Fields, and it's going to be off and running. I think this is the year of Myles Garrett. I don't think 20 sacks is out of the question. I don't think Michael Strahan is out of the question. In a 17-game season, I think Myles Garrett, this is the takeover, and we are all witnesses. He's going to be the LeBron of the Browns defense.
Kyle, he is right. Physically, he should have been taking over games.
You're right.
I think it is time for
overdue.
Myles Garrett to do his thing. And look, there's no disrespect to Aaron Donald. I think Aaron Donald, to me, was just the easy pick.
Sure.
We got to go look outside. So, Aaron, if you're watching, man, you'll probably get it, but we'll
that
see.
means I pick Aaron Donald, right? Somebody picked him.
Someone has to.
No, I didn't even think about it. It's just it's a given that it might be him. But the way I thought about it, I mean, I want to pick Bobby Wagner, but who's an all-pro, what more can Bobby Wagner do? And he hasn't ever gotten this award, and he hasn't really been in contention. So I went another way, but sort of in the same vein. I want somebody who does a lot. I thought Chris Jones would be an interesting pick from the Chiefs. I love him. There's guys who do different things. But I'm going to go Jamal Adams because general wreaker of havoc. If you just look at what they did, I mean, I bring up the splits all the time. They were not great defensively the first half of the season. Second half of the season, they were the #1 defense. Why? What was the biggest catalyst of
That
that.
guy right there.
Well, they changed how they used him a little bit, right? Let's use him a little bit more as a pass rusher. Let's get him going. And he racked up 8.5 sacks over the second half of the season at safety. I think that's insane. So assuming, and they should, and they better, keep using our friend Jamal Adams like this, tell me he can't rack up 100 tackles, double-digit sacks, and have some interceptions. The only guy who's ever done that in NFL history, James Harrison. What did he do? Took home the Defensive Player of the Year award. It doesn't happen very often at safety, as I'm sure Schrags will tell me.
It's
Ed
happened.
Reed, Bob Sanders, but I think he could. He draws comparisons to Troy Polamalu all of the time. Troy took it home. I think he very much could do that this year.
I love it, especially if Seattle is one of these teams that is dominant and they're winning the NFC West. He's going to be, I think, their top defensive player.
Who's missing outside of Aaron Donald?
It's Aaron Donald. He's
Yeah,
won
Aaron
3 of the
Donald is
last
too
4.
good. It's boring television for us to say you. You'll probably win it, and you deserve it. But other than that, look, let's see what happens with T.J. Watt. Like, he deserves to be on that list. Anybody else come to
Chandler
mind?
Jones.
Chandler Jones, of
Arizona
course.
has J.J. Watt on the other side.
Arizona would have to go to the playoffs, maybe win
Yes,
the West to
we
get
have
that. The days of us hyping Khalil Mack, unfortunately, he's kind of below the radar now.
The Dolphins fans are screaming, Xavier Howard has 10 picks every year. If you go out there and you have one of those type of seasons where you have double-digit
think about it.
interceptions, you got to be a part of it. There's always a corner who has a big year. Gilmore won it a couple years ago.